EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martins here with your outlook for August 4th, 2020. For your Tuesday, we will be under the influence of a tropical storm today, and we have this system moving through fairly quickly through the region. And I've been butchering this name all week, and I've been calling it Isaias. And I have my mother-in-law is Portuguese; she's 100% Portuguese, so she told me the Portuguese way to say it is actually the correct way to say it. It is very similar to what you see on the website from the National Hurricane Center when they have the pronunciation of each of these names, but it is actually Isaias is how you say it. That's exactly how she said it. So we're going to go with that. So this tropical storm is going to move through the region today. Again, it's going to be very quickly in and out. We're going to have rain this morning, some heavy at times, but I think the real bulk of the precipitation is going to come in our southern areas in late morning. And at any given location, I think you have about a 3-hour window where it's just coming down like crazy. We got wind coming sideways, or rain coming sideways, very heavy rain, where you get 1 to 1.5 inches per hour of rainfall. So very heavy rainfall in combination with the highest wind gusts, and they're going to coincide with that heavy rain. So the downward transport and momentum of that wind that is at a higher level in the atmosphere above the surface by about 5,000 feet or so, some of that is going to be brought down to the surface in the heaviest of rain. So if you're wondering why, areas out here in central PA we're not expecting too much rain, that's because they're too far removed from the center of circulation, and you're not getting into that really heavy rain. Now, all week we've had, when I was down here by Florida, we had most of the convection on the east side of the low, which is on over here, east and northeast. When it was along Florida here, there was very little on the west side at all, and it was all sitting out here. Well, now, as this system's moving up the coast, and it's already evident on radar this evening, I'll show you that in a second, but you have an interaction with a trough that's coming in here. There's an upper-level trough that's sitting out here, and a jet streak that's sitting out in front of this. So there's a baroclinic forcing process going on here that actually is pulling the moisture onto the northwest side of this low. So areas to the east across New Jersey, Delaware, not a ton of rain there, at least not toward the coast. As you get away from the coast and get further inland in New Jersey, it's going to be an issue. And then all of eastern PA is going to be an issue with this heavy rain too. The primary threat for our area today is going to be the heavy rain. We will have some windy conditions, especially east of the low. Even though you're not getting as much rain, you are going to have higher winds. But in the interior, it's going to be nothing to laugh at either. And again, the heavy rain, when that heavy rain period for about a 3-hour period at any given location is at its heaviest point, when this system is at its closest point, moving to the northeast rapidly through the region, is when you have your highest wind speeds. So it's not going to be an all-day thing in terms of just absolute craziness. It's just going to be for a 3-hour period at any given location. So I'm going to go through this over the next couple frames here. I can't get this off because the National Weather Service radar doesn't adapt to my screen here very well, but I just wanted to show you this did make landfall here just to the east of Myrtle Beach, and here's Wilmington, North Carolina. I have some observations next to me that are live for this outer band that came into the Wilmington area. They had a wind gust of 74 miles per hour just about 10 minutes ago as this pat came through here, which is on the northeast eye wall. This is typically the strongest part of the storm. They did upgrade it to a hurricane before landfall and actually upgraded it again to an 85 mile per hour storm on landfall. So Wilmington, of those outer bands, still getting, or the eye wall band, did get a 60 or 74 mile per hour gust and is now currently gusting to 62 even after that band has passed. So this eye is now on shore. You can see the rain is now wrapped around on the northwest side here, and this is going to continue to increase as far as rain intensity as it moves up the coast here. And because it's moving so fast, the structural integrity of the storm is going to remain together enough that we're still going to get some gusty winds up into our region. And again, the reason why this is taking off and accelerating the northeast is this is up at the jet stream level here. You got this big trough here, and you see the jet streak ahead of it that's forcing Isaias further to the north and east very rapidly. So that's what it's going to do. It's being guided by the jet stream here, and it's going to send everything off rapidly to the north and east. Here is the NAM here. Again, this is going back to this morning, 8 a.m. You see some steady rain. Again, mainly the interior locations away from the coast. Not a real big deal. The heaviest stuff is down here as the tropical storm makes its way further to the north and east, and you're going to get this very heavy rainfall And again, with the gusty winds being transported with downward momentum to the surface from the upper levels that have or the mid levels that have the stronger winds, you're going to get into that more so when the heavy rain is falling. Now, I want to show you, we're going to do a little test here, because this is this morning. This is 11 a.m., and as you see this moving in from the southwest. Now, here's noon. So see where it says ABE right here? This is Allentown, okay? The Allentown Lehigh Valley International Airport. So the heaviest rain is just coming into the Lehigh Valley here at that point at noon, okay? I'm going to move this forward in hour increments here. Here is 1 getting smoked. Here's 2, they're getting smoked. And here's 3 just getting out of getting smoked. So that quickly, that 12 to 3 time frame is when it's absolutely crazy. Heaviest rain and the highest wind gusts. So it's not going to last forever. All right, and then this is, again, this is 3 o'clock, and the Poconos are getting slammed here. Northern New Jersey is getting slammed. Even though there's not a lot of precipitation on the east side here shown, there could be some spin-ups here, some tornadoes. Probably a tornado watch goes up here along the coast here because of the slight risk that's in place there right now overnight. But on the eastern side of a low track, which looks like it's going to be right about here, the eastern side of that, you can get some spin-ups because there's so much, this thing is spinning so fast, and there's so much vorticity involved with this that on the east side of this area of low pressure, the central part of the cyclone, is where you get your spin-ups for tornadoes. So I think if you have a tornado threat today, it's generally going to be right in here, okay? So those are the areas you have to watch today for some severe weather, and I think you could get a brief spin-up in the tornadoes, and it'll be one of the really quick, rain-wrapped, really fast-moving, probably EF0, EF1 types tornado, but they could do some damage, even though you're not getting a ton of precipitation over here. Bulk of the precipitation is obviously in the middle here, and you can see that on the radar, simulator radar, where that's going, and then it heads out pretty quickly by dinner time. It's pretty quick. Wind speeds, again, coinciding with the heaviest rain. Prior to this morning, it's not really that much. It's going to be rain, and you're going to get people say, you're going to see comments probably, people saying, oh, well, it's just raining here. We hardly have any wind. This is a bust. Not a bust. I've told you, it's going to be like about a 3-hour window, and when that heaviest rain comes in, you can see how the wind speeds dramatically increase. It's going to be highest on the eastern side here, but it's nothing to, nothing to shy away from here in the interior either, because you're going to have some pretty good gusts here that are in the 45 to 55 range. Further east, you get some gusts that are going to be over 60 and maybe even over 70 close to the coast here. But here's that 3-hour period. 1, 2, 3. Look at that. So you can see the heaviest wind. And as soon as it passes, wind starts to dramatically drop off. Okay, so that's going to be quickly out of here. As soon as the rain ends, winds die down pretty quickly. And then we go back to normal. Might even get a sunset this evening. Here's the NAM 3 kilometer, and this is what the projections are for rainfall. And you can see a general swath here, not very wide, but a very, very heavy swath of rain here that's going to be in the 2 to 4 inch plus category. European model is very similar, a little bit wider though, but they're both doing the same thing at the shore points. Look how much it drops off at the shore points, and in central PA, NAM is doing that too with lesser amounts of the shore, less in central PA, but not nothing. I mean, you're still getting a decent amount of rain here, about an inch or so, but same thing further east, but this big swath in the middle that goes right over far eastern Pennsylvania, western New Jersey is where I think you're going to get your jackpot area for rain today, and that does not look like it's going to change, okay? So again, 3-hour period, just to summarize, 3-hour period is going to, of the absolute worst conditions. You are going to get rain prior to that, obviously, and wind's not going to be too bad, and then you're just going to get dumped on. And when that low comes by at its closest point, and you get about 3 hours or so of very heavy rain and wind. After the system moves off in New England, just to touch on the rest of the week here, that's going to be their issue after this point. We are going to turn partly cloudy overnight, and then partly cloudy both Wednesday and Thursday. So it looks like temperatures are going to be rather seasonable over the next couple of days, because the trough that I was talking about is not going to be moving into the region. So we're going to have some temperatures that are not cool, but at least seasonable for this time of year, instead of hot, humid 90s stuff like we've been dealing with recently. And then once we get into Friday, there's a little boundary off to our south here. There might be a little shortwave moving along that boundary to bring some showers or some thunderstorms here on Friday. Maybe isolated something here on Saturday too, but a weekend right now looks like it's going to be pretty decent. Going to be turning warmer this weekend as winds turn to the southwest, especially Sunday. Sunday and Monday turns a little bit hotter and more humid, and then we get to another cold front coming through here on Monday with late day scattered thunderstorms. I went a little bit long today with the video, but I hope I've covered everything that you can see with the simulated radar. And if you didn't see that and you want to go back to this and just review it, just look at the upper right hand corner here. It has the timestamps of each image. And I did cover that in the video what they were, but I mean this is 10 a.m. You're already getting some heavy stuff coming into our far southern areas at this point. Again, this is noon, 1600 is just subtract 4 is military time, or actually universal time. Subtract 4 from this is it's 1200 or noon, and then we get to 1, 2, 3, 4, by 5. It's just about out of our area here and moving up into New York State from that point. So I don't think we're going to be dealing with this the entire day. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for August 4th, 2020. Have a great Tuesday. Be safe.